The psychology of a loving gaze. What eye contact reveals about the heart asterisk. There are moments in life when words become unnecessary, when a single glance speaks volumes, reaching into the deepest chambers of the heart. Have you ever caught someone's gaze and felt an unspoken connection, as if their eyes were whispering truths their lips could never utter? That, my friend, is the power of a loving gaze. In a world obsessed with verbal affirmation, we often forget that the eyes have a language of their own. They are the most honest communicators, incapable of hiding the emotions that the mouth might choose to suppress. Understanding the psychology behind a loving gaze allows us to not only deepen our emotional connections, but also to heal the emotional gaps we didn't know existed. The silent language of the eyes from the moment we are born. Eye contact becomes our primary mode of connection. Infants seek their mother's gaze for comfort, for validation that they are safe and loved. This primal need doesn't fade with age, it evolves. A loving gaze holds the power to validate our existence. It says, "I see you," not just your appearance, but your fears, dreams, and vulnerabilities. This deep form of acknowledgement fosters emotional intimacy in relationships. In psychological terms, it's a form of mirroring, where one's emotional state is reflected and validated through nonverbal cues. Yet, not everyone knows how to give or receive such a gaze. Emotional wounds, past betrayals, and societal conditioning often teach us to avoid prolonged eye contact. But in doing so, we sever one of the purest forms of human connection. The healing power of eye contact studies in neuropsychology have shown that eye contact can activate the limbic system, the emotional core of our brain, when we lock eyes. With someone who truly sees us, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released, fostering feelings of trust and safety. Have you ever been in the presence of someone whose gaze felt like a gentle embrace? That is not a coincidence. A loving gaze can soothe anxiety, diminish feelings of loneliness, and even lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone. But healing through eye contact requires courage. It requires vulnerability to be seen in your rawest form. For many, this is terrifying. Yet, this vulnerability is the gateway to profound emotional healing. Why do we fear eye contact? For something so natural, why does eye contact make so many people uncomfortable? The answer lies in emotional exposure. When you meet someone's eyes, you open a window into your soul. For those who carry emotional scars, it can feel like an invasion, a threat to the emotional walls they built for protection. Moreover, modern society has conditioned us to prioritize digital communication. Texts, emails, and social media interactions offer a safe distance where emotional exposure is minimized. Consequently, our tolerance for raw, face-to-face emotional exchanges has diminished, but avoidance only perpetuates emotional isolation. To reclaim our innate capacity for connection, we must relearn the art of looking into another's eyes without fear. The gaze in romantic relationships in love. Eye contact becomes a sacred ritual. Couples who maintain meaningful eye contact report higher levels of emotional satisfaction and intimacy. It's not about staring contests, but about moments when words fall short, and the eyes fill the space with authenticity. A loving gaze in a relationship communicates, "You are safe with me. I cherish you. I see the real you." On the contrary, the absence of such eye contact often signals emotional distance. When partners avoid each other's gaze, it can indicate unresolved conflicts, suppressed emotions, or a fading emotional bond. Practical steps to cultivate loving eye contact: practice self-awareness. Before you can connect deeply with others, you must first be comfortable with your own gaze. Spend time looking at yourself in the mirror, not to criticize, but to observe without judgment. Start small. Engage in brief moments of eye contact with friends or family members during conversations. Gradually increase the duration as you grow. More comfortable, be present. Genuine eye contact cannot coexist with mental distractions. Practice mindfulness to stay fully present when engaging with others. Create safe spaces. Emotional safety is crucial. Ensure that your interactions foster trust where both parties feel secure enough to be emotionally exposed. Use eye contact in moments of appreciation. When expressing gratitude or affection, ensure your gaze reflects your sincerity. It amplifies the emotional weight of your words. What eye contact reveals about the heart beyond attraction or affection. The eyes reveal a person's emotional availability. A soft, lingering gaze often indicates empathy, compassion, and a readiness to connect on a deeper level. Conversely, darting or avoidant eyes can signal discomfort, emotional unavailability, or internal conflict. But it's crucial not to rush to conclusions. Sometimes a person avoids eye contact not because of disinterest, but due to their own emotional struggles. Understanding this nuance enables us to approach interactions with empathy rather than judgment. It reminds us that beneath every glance lies a story, often untold. How a loving gaze can transform relationships. Imagine a world where couples pause during arguments to simply look into each other's eyes, where parents acknowledge their children's emotions with a reassuring gaze, where friends listened with their eyes, not just their ears. Such simple yet profound acts can transform the emotional landscape of relationships. A loving gaze fosters a sense of belonging, a silent message that says, "You matter." Over time, these moments accumulate, weaving a tapestry of emotional security that words alone could never achieve. For those who struggle to be seen, you are someone who feels invisible, who fears that no one truly sees you. Start with this truth: the journey to being seen begins within. When you dare to meet your own gaze with acceptance, you radiate an authenticity that invites others to see you. Practice self-compassion. Surround yourself with people who respect emotional depth. Most importantly, never underestimate the power of your own gaze. Sometimes, the most healing connection begins when you look into someone's eyes and silently say, "I'm here for you." Conclusion: the eyes, windows to healing and connection, as society drowning in noise. A loving gaze cuts through the chaos, offering a sanctuary of emotional truth. It's not just a romantic gesture, it's a healing act, a bridge that connects hearts beyond the barriers of language. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, pause, look into their eyes, not to analyze, not to judge, but to see. To truly see. Because in that moment, you might offer someone the rarest gift of all, the feeling of being understood, of being loved without a single word spoken. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to join our Awaken Mindset community. Here we explore the depths of human connection, emotional healing, and self-awareness. Like, share, and subscribe to support content that aims to make this world a little more mindful, one gaze at a time.